guys, it's Brad here for Geek Bomb, and we're at PAX 2015, and I'm joined by Adam, who is the eSports producer at Hi-Rez. Say hi.
Hey guys, what's going on?
So first off, for those who don't know what Smite is, can you describe it briefly?
Yeah, so in the simplest terms, it's a MOBA. So we all heard of MOBAs. It's actually been a very popular genre recently, but it's a 3D action MOBA that you play in third person, which is not a very common kind of MOBA. But I think that's where it comes out, and people really like it because of that very distinction. Me being a first-person shooter fan, I get to play the game in first person, or a third-person point of view, and I aim for the shots. It's all about skill shots, and I think that's what's very satisfying. That's what makes the game very successful in my eyes.
Yeah, so from someone that's been a big fan of esports and MOBAs in general, like Smite is genuinely different, which is the cool thing, because there's a lot of games that try to be other games, which is a big issue, and Smite really doesn't do that. Like Smite is unique. Why do you think that's the case?
So yeah, that point of view is what makes people play the game differently than any other MOBA. And what you see here, these people, the reason why they play it is because they're like, sure, I like MOBAs, but it's not my kind of game. This is now their kind of game, and it's very competitive in that way, because those skill shots is what makes the game that much more difficult, and that reward and that difficult shot is what makes the game so much exciting to watch, not as a player, but as a viewer.
So Smite just launched on the Xbox recently. How is that launch going, both casually and competitively?
Yeah, there was a huge appetite for the eSports scene in particular. It was actually very surprising to me. I'm not very in tune with the console scene, but they love it. And people wanted a MOBA for the console, but other MOBAs didn't work that way. Smite does, because it fits for a controller. And then being able to have that, the eSports scene growing, we have a championship coming up. It's an invitational, really, at the Smite World Championship. And we have MLG, UMG, ESL all helping us to find those teams.
I was going to ask that you guys had a pretty big event not long ago where it had a huge prize pool. Like it was a massive prize pool. And what do you guys have upcoming?
Yeah, so that prize pool you're talking about was $2.6 million. That was our first World Championship, our biggest event to date. But the one coming up is in the beginning of January. It's for $1 million, and it's going to have 10 teams from, 5-6 different regions. We got Brazil, Latin America, Australia, China, Europe, and North America.
A lot of games coming out now, you'll notice that they advertise as an esport before they even release, you know what I mean? Like Halo 5 has done that recently with its new online modes, and you have Battleborn and other types of games. Do you think that's kind of setting themselves up to fail before they even launch? Because games like Smite, League of Legends, they launched as a fun, intuitive game before they become esports. Do you think that's a factor?
I think that's the better way of doing it, is not advertising it as an esport. I think the first thing you should do is make the game fun, right? You want the game to be open to everybody. You're not going to have a competitive scene if you don't have a casual scene. And in every game, the casual scene is bigger than the esports scene. So you want to go to the casuals, make the game fun, but those people in there will find the competition in the game, and then that's when we come in as the company, the publisher, and be like, there's an appetite for esports. Let's do it, rather than saying this game is an esport and you're gonna play it competitively. I don't think that's the right way.
That's way less daunting as well, because when you get these games that are like highly advertised as competitive, you get it and you feel like you have to be on comms, you have to do all like certain things, you can't mess up in game. But where like Smite, which I've played, you jump in and it feels good straight away, you know what I mean? It's fun, and then it kind of turns into something competitive, especially if you play with friends.
That's right. It goes for, that's like anything in the world, not just video games. It's like you do something because you want it, and then you're like, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this game. You're like, hey, you want to play with me? And then that's what you do. You play with your friends, you feel like you're good, and then you play in a competition, and maybe you win. Maybe you come in fourth, but you're like, that was fun, let's do it again. And that's where the appetite grows, and then you come to here, and now you're on stage. It's a time of your life when you're up there, and then you're not going to stop after that. Once you're on stage, you're going to want more.
So to finish up the interview, who is your favorite Gord in the game, and like who do you prefer to play?
Scylla, easily. Scylla is a bursty mage character, so you do the most damage in the game. So I want to be the one that gets all the kills, and Scylla can really set up those kills. Even her ultimate, you kill one person, you then have a chance to kill a second person, and it keeps going. That's the most satisfying.
I'm a big Thanatos fan, the dude with the wings. I don't know if he's good competitively, but I like that guy. I like him aesthetically.
He's one of those iffy characters to pick in competition. But the coolest thing about that, which Smite introduces that no other MOBA does, is that you go into the air. You go into this Z-axis, and you get to navigate the map from above.
Yeah, there are elements to Smite that simply don't exist in other MOBAs, or that are awesome. It's a big surprise when you jump into Smite and you have these abilities that, like, as a MOBA player, I've played MOBAs for years, like Dota, League, and then jumping into Smite was so cool to actually be able to aim those huge abilities, because usually you click a button and it happens, Yeah.
That's where Smite shines. I think that's the number one thing that makes Smite what it is today.
Well, thanks for the interview, man. Awesome, yeah. Thank you very much. And check out Smite if you haven't already. It is free to play, I believe. Yes, it is. And it is on PC and Xbox.
Hey guys, I'm Nate from Geek Bomb, and I'm here with Chase, the PR director for Twitch. He's currently in Australia at the moment. Chase, can you tell us what you're doing down here today?
We are doing a lot of things down here in Australia. We're really excited about it. The community's been really great here. And